Hello! My name is Wayne Roach. I welcome you to Wayne Roach Reads the Good News. Today, we're going to read chapter 10 of Joshua. Adonizedek, the king of Jerusalem, heard that Joshua had captured and totally destroyed Ai and killed its king, just as he had done to Jericho and its king. He also heard that the people of Gibeon had made peace with the Israelites and was living among them. The people of Jerusalem was greatly alarmed at us, because Gibeon was as large as any of the cities that had a king. It was larger than Ai, and its men was good fighters. So Adonizedek sent the following message to King Oham of Hebron, King Piram of Jarmuth, King Japhia of Leshish, and the King Debir of Eglon. Come and help me to attack Gibeon, because its people have made peace with Joshua and the Israelites. These 5 Amorite kings, the kings of Jerusalem, Hebron, Jarmuth, Lachish, and Eglon, joined forces surrounding Gibeon and attacked it. The men of Gibeon sent word to Joshua on the camp in Gilgal. Do not abandon us, sir. Come at once and help save us. All the Amorite kings in the hill country have joined forces and have attacked us. So Joshua and his whole army, including the best troops, started out from Gilgal. The Lord said to Joshua, do not be afraid of them. I've already given you the victory. Not one of you will be able to stand against you. Not one of them will be able to stand against you. All night Joshua and his army marched from Gilgal to Gibeon, and they made a surprise attack on the Amorites. The Lord made the Amorites panic at the sight of the Israel's army. The Israelites slaughtered them at Gibeon and pursued them down the mountain past it to Beth Horon, keeping up the attack as far south as Azekah and Makkedah. While the Amorites was running down the fields from the Israelite army, the Lord made large hailstones fall down on them all the way to Azekah. More were killed by the hailstones down there than by the Israelites. On the day that the Lord gave the men of Israel victory over the Amorites, Joshua spoke to the Lord in the presence of the Israelites. He said, Sun, stand still over Gibeon. Moon, stop over Jalan Valley. The sun stood still, and the moon did not move until the nation conquered its enemies. This is written in the book of Joshua. The sun stood still in the middle of the sky and did not go down for a whole day. Never before and never since has there been a day like it, when the Lord obeyed a human being. The Lord fought on Israel's side. After this, Joshua and his army went back to the camp of Gilgal. The 5 Amorite kings, however, had escaped and was hiding in the cave at Makkedah. Someone found them, and Joshua was told where they was hiding. He said, roll some big stones in front of the entrance of the cave, place some guards there, but don't stay there yourselves. Keep on after the enemy and attack them from the rear. Don't let them get to their cities. The Lord your God has given you victory over them. Joshua and the men of Israel slaughtered them, although some managed to find safety inside of the city walls and was not killed. Then all of Joshua's men came back safe to him at the camp of Makkedah. No one in the land dared even to speak against the Israelites. Then Joshua said, open the entrance to the cave and bring those 5 kings out to me. So the cave was opened. The kings of Jerusalem, Hebron, Jarmuth, Lachish, and Eglon was brought out and taken to Joshua. Joshua then called all the men of Israel to him and ordered the officers who had gone with him to come and put their feet on the necks of the kings. They did so. Then Joshua said to his officers, don't be afraid or discouraged, be determined and confident, because this is what the Lord is going to do to all your enemies. Then Joshua killed the kings and hanged them on 5 trees, where the bodies stayed until evening. At sundown, Joshua gave orders, and the bodies was taken down and thrown into the same cave where they did in earlier. Large stones was placed in the entrance of the cave, and they are still there. Joshua attacked and captured Makkedah and its king that day. He put everyone in the city of death. No one was left alive. He did to the king of Makkedah what he had done to the king of Jericho. After this, Joshua and his army was on the Makkedah from Makkedah to Libnah and attacked it. The Lord also gave the Israelites victory over the city and its king. They spared no one but killed every person in it. They did to the king what they had done to the king of Jericho. After this, Joshua and his army went out from Libnah to Lachish. Lachish surrounded it and attacked it. The Lord gave the Israelites victory over Lachish on the 2nd day of the battle, just as they had done at Libnah. They spared no one but killed every person in the city. King Oram of Gezer came to the aid of Lachish, but Joshua defeated him and his army and left none of them alive. Next, Joshua and his army went on from Lachish to Eglon, surrounded it and attacked it. They captured it and the same day put everyone there to death, just as they had done to Lachish. After this, Joshua and his army went from Eglon into the hills to Hebron, attacked it and captured it. They killed the king and everyone else in the city, as well as nearby towns. Joshua condemned the city of total destruction, just as it had done to be long. No one in the unit was left alive. Then Joshua and his army turned back to Deber and attacked it. He captured it with his kings and all the nearby towns. They put everyone there to death. Joshua did to Deber and its kings what he had done to Hebron and Libnah and its king. Joshua, yes, longest, conquered the whole land. He defeated the kings of the hill country, the eastern slopes, the western foothills, as well as those of the dry country in the south. He spared no one. Everyone was put to death. This is what the Lord God of Israel commanded. And Joshua's campaign took him from Kadesh Barnea to the south of Gaza near the coast, including all the area of Goshen as far north as Gibeon. Joshua conquered all these things in their territory in one campaign because the Lord, Israel's God, was fighting for Israel. After this, Joshua and his army went back to the camp at Gilgal. That is the end of chapter 10.